Good morning, Panthers. I'm Nayla Duran.
And I'm John Eric Olun. Today we will look at the issue of Wi-Fi in our schools, a trend some students have started, and much more.
And it all starts now. Technology always seems to be ahead of education.
Michaela and Connor bring us an update on how the Wi-Fi issue is being handled.
For the past school year, the district has experienced limited internet access and issues with the technology that we have been provided with. We asked the new head of the IT department, Paul Westbrook, about his knowledge of the issues and his plans for the future.
There's been some issues with the Wi-Fi that I've been made aware of, and the problem is I think we've outgrown our current network faster than we realized. Just a few years ago, there were around 4,000 district-owned computers on the network. Last count, we're at about 8,200. So that's a considerable growth, not to mention probably another 1,000 or so wireless personal devices on the network. So clearly, the infrastructure needs some upgrading, and that's one of my first charges or first priorities to get that going. A large budget here with technology, and Dr. Gaines agrees also we have to have the infrastructure upgrade. So I currently have bids out with different vendors coming back with wireless access point bids. We want to add an additional 250 wireless access points across the district. The new equipment going into the high schools, faster access, faster throughput of the information, and better reliability, and taking the existing access points and filtering through all the other buildings where the demand isn't as high. Also investing in higher broadband speeds. Want to double it. Right now we're currently at 500 megabyte service. Want to go to 1 gigabyte service. And then over a 2-year plan, let's upgrade all the network switches across the district. And that's a rather costly enterprise, but that'll be like a 2-year plan.
Next, we caught up with a student who's preparing for a career in law enforcement.
Kirsten and Victoria bring us a story.
We learn the ins and outs of being a police officer, and we work with the police cars, and we can do ride-alongs with police officers.
Sarah, you know I pulled you over tonight?
I work with police officers about once a month. We do details with them, and sometimes we get to use the equipment in the cars.
1405. 1405. 2305. 2305.
People who have helped me get into this program are people like Officer Rodriguez. He kind of pushed me into it.
Megan enrolled at Mehlville High School as a freshman. We began to communicate because my office was with the other administrators. So I began to communicate with Megan, getting to know her as a student and friend. And she was always very much interested in law enforcement and started asking questions. And the next thing you know, we were talking about the Explorer program because I knew that was a good alternative for her. And she applied, enrolled, and the rest is history.
With photographer Victoria Boker, and this is Kristen Carter for Mehlville Today.
Here at Mehlville, students are always taking on big responsibilities.
But for one student, it's far more than many of us could ever handle.
High school students lead busy lives, often struggling to keep track of their own schedules. Teen mom Debbie Hoven shared her story with us about the struggles she had faced and how she has overcome them.
Okay, well, when I first found out, I was absolutely terrified because I had everything set out on a timeline for college and graduation and everything, but I was basically worried about my future the most and how everything would play out. And I was worried that I wouldn't be able to give him the life that he deserved. After a while, I got into reality and realized that it's real and I can still do the things that I want, but it's just going to take a lot longer than it was going to. All my friends were worried. They're like, well, don't go around telling people and, we're going to tell everyone to keep their mouth shut. And I was like, well, people are going to notice anyway. So once it got into me showing, nobody, I mean literally nobody, looked at my face. all they stared at was my stomach, and I guess that's what I was known as, was the pregnant girl. My friends, definitely, I had a lot more friends, and I guess when some of them found out, they kind of backed away from me and shut me out, and I guess like they don't talk to me now, but I guess I was just looking for support. I don't know, losing friends was probably the hardest part about it, is because they just turned around and turned into everybody else and went against me, but they didn't know my situation and they've never been put in it, so they wouldn't know how to deal with it, and that was probably the hardest part for me, was losing my friends. But I've got a small circle now, so it's better that way. Home life was, my family, I was really worried about my family's reaction, but they all really supported it. Mostly my mom, because she was the first person I went to, and I was terrified to tell her, but she let me choose whatever I wanted, if I wanted, abortion, adoption, or to keep them, and clearly I chose to keep them, but she supported every decision I made.
After it all sunk in, it's like, well, it's what's done is done. We'll just go from here.
Basically, the one thing she told me was, you're the mom and I'm the grandma, and it's your kid, it's not mine, so he's your responsibility. So that was probably the best advice she could have given me.
It's almost like we're co-parenting, because I'm here with her and there's no one else, so we're a tag team.
Every morning, I hate getting up to leave him, because I just want to spend all day with him. And in between, whenever I have a break from school and tech, I come home and see him, or wherever he is, and then go to tech, I come home, and usually I have a pretty plain day after that, and the homework, I usually get it done with him, but sitting next to me, but he's pretty good. It definitely made me grow up faster. I'm a lot more mature than I was before, and I usually go into everything more open-minded now, because I know that anything could happen, because he's giving me a better outlook on life about everything.
Now, Brad and Danny bring us a story on a craze throughout the school.
When I first asked Luke how to solve it, and because I was really intrigued because he brought it one day. So over the summer, I just started to look up YouTube videos, and I also got some assistance from him too. It got all crazy, and like everyone started using it when I first brought it to school one day, just to truthfully try to impress this one girl in my class. But it impressed other people then, that one girl, and more people started to use it and play with it a bit.
When I was a kid, I had a few Rubik's Cubes around the house, but I never was able to solve them. I always took off the stickers. So then it's always been a goal to me for me to be able to do it really, not even really quickly, just be able to do it. And then as I practiced, I was like, I might as well time myself, and I got quicker and quicker.
I had Dan teach me for a while, but I only really did it at school. So, but after I got a cube and I was able to do it multiple times in a row, it didn't really take that long.
There's different, the 3x3 cubes is traditional, but a lot of people, the ones that you can get at Kmart and Walmart, they're pretty low quality. So, you can go online and get yourself a faster cube to increase your time. Or, there's the Mega Minx cube, which is, it's got, I think, 12 different sides on it. It makes things more interesting. There's also cubes that instead of using colors, it uses dimensions to solve, and that's even more fun. It's something different. It's similar but different. It just kind of spices things up a little bit.
The amount of practice and work I put in was more or less just a week of badgering Brandon to teach me how to do the cube, and then just kind of off and on at home, just seeing if I can find new methods, seeing how the cube works, just kind of observing the methods. It's not as hard as you think to start cubing. It's just watch a YouTube video, get a cube. It doesn't have to be a fast one, just any cube, and anybody can do it, and it's literally not that hard.
Next, Logan and Chase bring us inside the new Rivalry.
Before the big game, a few of Mehlville students gathered in the cafeteria. The students created signs that painted their bodies as preparation for the rivalry.
The rivalry started after the district soccer game when we beat Lindbergh, 1-0 by the way. But they put a letter in my mailbox just saying that we're going to start a rivalry. They wanted to do what they called the Spirit War.
I mean, it's pretty sick, not gonna lie. Adds a little excitement to school.
I think it's good. Like it increases attendance at the games. Like the gym last Tuesday was packed for the Lindbergh-Mehlville game.
Signing off, this is Chase Matson and Logan Schufer.
Backed by popular demand.
Here's Johnny versus softball.
Oh, it's a goal! Look! Wrapping up round.
Johnny Versus! Welcome to the 4th episode of Johnny Versus, as Johnny will be taking on home run leader Tori Sebum. We are having a home run derby today. We get 8 outs, and we have a little twist at the end with the money ball. If you get this money ball at the last out and you hit a home run, it'll be 2 home runs and you get another one. Since Mehlville took the fences down, we have judges in the outfield to determine whether the ball went over the actual softball fence. Now, the hitter gets to choose their pitcher, and Tori selected Mackenzie. And if it does not go over the PVC pipe, it is an out. That's an out. Oh God, no. We're good. No, car's hit. But that's still 2 outs. That's out 3. That'll be out 4. She's got 4 remaining. And don't forget, she still has the money ball for her last out. And the pitch coming in. No, almost hit her friend. That could have been really bad. But that's out 5. And that's out number 6. Oh, ooh. Is that good or no? No good. No good. Out 7. It's money ball time. She's ready. I'm getting prepared. Oh, that has the distance. That's home run. That's 2 for Tori. Oh, that's got the distance. That's home run. We're not even questioning it. Bat flip. She ends with a bat flip. Her total score is 4. Here comes Johnny, ready up to bat, taking off the warm up. Oh, who's that on the back? Schwarber. Johnny has Trayton Schroeder pitching for him. Uh-oh. That's no. That's out 1. Oh, that has the distance. That's home run number 1 for Johnny. Uh-oh, that could be home run number 2. That's home run number 2. Could John actually win? Uh-oh. Is it good? That's good. Home run number 3. I don't think that one has distance. That's out number 2.
Sorry, kid. Come on.
There's out number 3 with a liner to left center. Ooh! That's out number 4, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that could be Oppo. That's Oppo. That's number 4, tying Tori. That's out number 5. 3 more for Eric.
Could this be number 5? It's number 5.
At the end of episode 4, Johnny finally wins his first. John, here you go. How do you feel, John?
It's great. It's great. Expect more wins.
Alrighty. Tori, is a hard-fought loss. How do you feel about it?
It was just luck.
Oh, calling you out. Well, that'll be it for this broadcast. Who knows? We could see him win too. Maybe we could see him. I don't think so.
Well, that wraps up this edition of Mehlville Today.
For additional coverage, check out melvillemedia.com or at Mehlville Media on Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat.
Thanks for watching.